guys, it's me, Cassidy Quinn, and welcome back to Mental Mondays, where we get mental and talk about our brains on Monday morning. If you saw my posts saying that I was going to be doing this live stream momentarily, I was screaming through the internet, aka typing in all caps, saying, "Oh my god, I finally got Wi-Fi," which means it's gonna sound better, it's gonna look better. Oh, good morning, Rob. Thank you for tuning in. Come and hang out. I look crazy. I just woke up a little bit ago. Oh no. Hang on, gotta turn my heater off because that's gonna be a loud noise. Anyway, I was screaming in all caps, saying, "Oh my god, I got Wi-Fi. We're gonna be able to use my camera, my actual camera, and not be live streaming on my phone anymore." And then for some reason, oh, good morning, Aaron. Thank you for tuning in as well. For some reason, my camera, it's a Canon G7X Mark III, and I think maybe it needs like a software update or something because it's not letting me connect to my internet. I finally got Wi-Fi. I really wanted to have Wi-Fi before Monday morning so that we could do this live stream not on my phone, but that's okay. Maybe just this 1 week, got a whole nother week before we got to figure it out again. What I also did get in the past week is curtains. So we're sitting in front of my window now. Whoa! Oh my gosh. But as much as I would love for you guys to all come hang out with me, I'm not going to show you out the window because then you'd be like, "Hey, that's where Cassidy lives. Let's go hang out," which would be really fun in most cases. um, but good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Adelaide. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Chris. Rob says connected to the new network. Rob, I appreciate you always tuning in, and I'm sure you have a lot of faith in me and my brain, considering you're tuning into Mental Monday. However, do you not think I already tried connecting it to the new network? It won't connect to the new network. It keeps saying like DN something server not found, whatever. I don't know. Like I'm looking at my Wi-Fi modem right here. I was just watching some Nikki Limo videos on Wi-Fi on my computer. My phone is connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't know. I don't know why it just doesn't want to work. But Glenn says your Wi-Fi's out today. Oh, hi Zach. Good morning. Good morning, Claire Ski the Creeper. And yes, I have problems, Rob. What's new? Oh, good morning, Jessica. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm having so much fun doing these Mental Mondays, by the way. And I almost did this at like 6 o'clock this morning, and then I stayed up too late to wake up that early. But Tucker starts a new job today, and so we were gonna do one with Tucker about like imposter syndrome and starting a new job and nerves, you know. Oh, Clearsky the Creeper says in between two plants? Ha ha ha. Except, spoiler alert, there's a third plant. I got this plant for Christmas, guys. My mom gave me this plant, and my brother gave me this adorable plant stand. And can you guys, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, what kind of plant this says it is. It might be backwards for you guys. It literally says exotic dancer. That's the name of the plant. According to my mom, it's a Christmas cactus. It blooms only at Christmas, but it's called an exotic dancer. So if you've always wanted to hang out with an exotic dancer, there you go. It's cheaper than a human one, too. This is my rubber tree plant. Apparently this is just a plant mental Monday. And it's doing pretty good. It's wishing I would open my curtains so it could get some light. And then this is my beautiful corn cane. So now that we've concluded our plant tour, happy Monday. How are you guys doing on this Monday? I asked on the internet what you guys wanted to talk about for Mental Monday because of course I have a never-ending list of ideas since I live in my brain all the time. Oh, Adelaide says it's Tuesday for you. Scott says congrats to Tucker. Thank you, thank you. Rob says this is hungover Monday. Are you hungover because of watching football yesterday? One suggestion for what we should talk about today is how to get over when your team is no longer winning, no longer playing the football because they've lost in the playoffs. For me, my team was the Seahawks, is the Seahawks, obviously. Haven't given up on them, just they're out of this season. And I haven't looked at the roster for the Pro Bowl. We know that by now, I think, right? So there's probably some Seahawks in there. I have no idea. Anyway, then yesterday the Packers lost, which I hate the Packers. I dislike the Packers less than I dislike the 49ers, I think it is. So I was rooting for the Packers to win yesterday. Also, one of my friends and coworkers at KGW, Brittany Falkers, is a Packers fan, and we had a bunch of trash talk going last weekend when the Packers beat the Seahawks. And so I decided, okay, I can hop on the Packers thing and root for them. Let's see what you guys said. Chris says, I saw your video on you being diagnosed with depression. I've been suffering a lot lately. I did get some pills last year, but decided not to take them but I'm taking anxiety pills when needed. That makes sense, Chris. So then are the anxiety ones more of like they will help you in the moment? Because I know for me, with the Lexapro or escitalopram is the generic brand that I'm on. Because if you're new here, I struggle with anxiety and depression, and by struggle with, I mean do it in pride. But for me, the meds that I'm on like build up in your system. So when I went to the doctor and they diagnosed me and then they prescribed me this medicine, I went home and took it that night, but I didn't feel better. I actually felt worse for like 2 weeks until it really started getting into my system. But then I do have some like emergency anxiety pills in case of a really bad day that will hypothetically work in that moment. I've never actually taken one of them, and now that I think of it, I don't know where they are, so I should find that. But I'm curious if yours work. But I'm really sorry that you're suffering a lot lately. I have started to think that I should start to do some more research into seasonal affective disorder because I think it's a real thing. I mean, I know it's a real thing, but I'm thinking maybe it has an effect on my brain too, because I've been feeling a little worse lately just because it's winter time. But I'm trying to meditate more. Actually, as soon as we're done with this live stream, I'm going to be recording a video about December when I was meditating every day for the month. And I've still been trying to do it, but sometimes I run out of time, but I like it a lot. And then this month I'm trying to get 8 hours of sleep. And those two things, meditating and getting more sleep, I think have helped my brain a lot. So that is good news. Glenn says, side note, what do you think of the 49ers versus Chiefs? Who do you have winning? Honestly, I need to do some more research into that one. Need to research all kinds of things. Seasonal affective disorder, Chiefs versus 49ers. I kind of think the Chiefs are going to win, though. Jessica was with me, wanted Green Bay to win. Rob says, no, I didn't watch a single play. I don't watch football. I didn't watch any yesterday either. Yesterday was relaxing / productive day. I went and got a facial for the first time in ever. And I went to yoga and relaxed and, oh, did some cleaning. I cleaned up my bedroom and it looks so much better. Uh, Chris says he got scared reading the side effects, of your medications. The whole medication thing is different, is difficult because if it works for me, it doesn't mean it'll work for you. Doesn't mean any meds will work for you, or it could just mean that that specific one doesn't work for you. Because I know for me, depression and anxiety runs in a lot of my family members, like my extended family, and some of my immediate family as well. And so, but we're all on different medications, and it's really weird to try to figure out which one works, which one doesn't work. And sometimes I've known people that it works for 20 years, and then I guess your body just kind of gets used to that medication, and then it stops working super well. And then, of course, for some people, medication isn't what works. I know that therapy works for a lot of people and works in addition as a good combination with the medication. That's something I've been trying to get more into, as I've talked about on this channel. But the whole side effects thing, to me, since I felt so crappy, can't bleep myself out when we're live, so I gotta go with crappy as my word of choice there. I was feeling so crappy that it was worth it, and I guess I don't know exactly which side effects specifically you're talking about, but for me, it was worth it to maybe feel a different type of crappy for a while to see if it could help my brain feel a lot less crappy. And that's how technical talk works. Less crappy. Oh, Glenn says happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day too. Of course, I cannot ignore the fact that today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I know his actual birthday was a few days ago. But obviously, thank you so much to Dr. King for speaking up for so many people and fighting for the rights of so many people. Talk about side effects. putting his whole life, unfortunately, on the line and using his entire life to better the lives of people in this country who should have been equal all along and who still should be equal. We still have much more progress to do, obviously, in this country and in the world. But thank you to Dr. King for actually just saying, I don't care what happens to me. I have a dream, and this is how we're going to do it, and we're going to figure it out. So take that as some inspiration to your Monday. If you're ever thinking, I can't do something, or what if I hurt myself? Or what if I die doing this? Think about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and what he did with his life for many, many people in the world. So thank you. If you're listening from up there, maybe like he's been reborn as a plant. What if he's here right now? That would be cool. Clearsky the Creeper says, I love the That's So Portland segment with Matt Safino. So, if you don't know, if you're tuning into this live stream, you probably know by now, maybe, that I host a 7 p.m. entertainment talk show on KGW. It's the local Portland NBC station in Portland, Oregon. And it's called Tonight with Cassidy. And it's from 7 to 7:30 p.m. Portland time, Monday through Friday. So we'll have a show tonight, even though it's technically a holiday, but we will still be on the air tonight. It's going to be fun. But we used to do these segments on Wednesday called That Is So Portland with Matt Safino. And unfortunately, there's been some changes with people's work schedules and all kinds of things, and we haven't been able to do those segments in a long time. So I might have to start doing them by myself or with one of my other coworkers or what. But Matt has just too many things to do. Daniel says, hola, hola, hola to you as well. Chris says, I'm sick with a bad cold, and I think that makes me more sensitive or emotional. LOL. No, for real. Totally. If there's anything compromising your body, or for me, if there's anything compromising my body, it totally compromises my brain. So if I'm really, really tired and haven't been getting enough sleep, which I'm learning, then that does it. If I'm feeling sick, then that does it. And for me, a lot of times it's something, if I'm being less productive, or at least perceiving myself as being less productive, then that makes my brain feel upset because I've been less productive. And that's something that so like if I'm homesick, I'm like, oh, I should be getting things done. Oh my gosh, I'm not at work. I'm not editing a YouTube video. Oh my gosh, I should be doing something. And then I just feel bad. But you got to just let yourself not feel bad about being unproductive, because it is productive to just rest and relax. Jessica says, I know I need to clean my bedroom. I first read that as I need to know how to clean my bedroom. Like that's what you wanted me to talk to you about, is how to clean your bedroom. I did, like I said, I did clean my bedroom yesterday. And it was one of those things where, do you ever, in your house or your car or your office, your desk, whatever, some space, and something, like you try to keep cleaning it, whatever, but some things have just been sitting there for so long that you kind of become blind to them. So Tucker and I moved into this house, started moving back in October, and then my lease in my old apartment went through mid-November, so there was like a month of overlap. But then, so mid-November, November 15th, all my stuff was in here. We were fully moved in, just not settled, but all the stuff was here, if that makes sense. And there was a pile of stuff in my bedroom that I was waiting to, it's like dresses that I never wear, like fancy dresses that I really never have an occasion to wear very often, but I don't want to get rid of them because I might use them in the future. So I bought a clothing rack from Target that then I could just hang those on, and I was going to put that in one of our like storage closets. So they're kind of like out of the way, but I still have them when I want them in the future, if I ever do. And those dresses had just been laying in a pile in my bedroom on top of a drawer. And I had just become blind to it. Like that sat there for now over 2 months since we moved in. And I just had kind of not even thought about it. Like when I walked by it, I just didn't even think, oh, that's there. Except I realized this weekend that I was internalizing that, the mess, and it was affecting me. Like my room was compromised, and therefore my mental health was compromised, because I'd get up and the first thing in the morning I would see is that pile of stuff. And all of a sudden, there was that pile of stuff, and then there were some dirty clothes in a pile on the floor, and I just needed to clean it. So I put together that clothing rack that I bought from Target, and I hung up the dresses. And yes, are the dresses currently on the clothing rack in the middle of the hallway? Do I need to put them away into one of these closets over here? Yes, 100%. But Tucker was taking a nap when I was cleaning last night, and he took a 3-hour nap both days this weekend. Guys, like, who is he and how do I do that? I would like a 3-hour nap all the time. But I know I need to put those away. But he was taking naps, so I didn't want to like be loud and be dragging a wheelie clothing rack and like boom boom clanging things, you know what I mean? Because then that wouldn't have worked for his nap. But it felt so good, and it felt so good to wake up this morning and just look at that area in my room and go, wow, the floor is here. The floor is not lava. The floor is wood, and it exists, and I can see it. Oh my gosh. In my brain, I think my brain genuinely feels better this morning because of that. So guys, if my parents are watching this, they're gonna give me so much crap for saying this, but having a clean place actually feels good. I've always been the messy one in my family, as you probably have deduced by now. My brother's always been the clean one. And which I feel like is backwards from a lot of families to be super stereotypical. But now that I'm 30, I guess I like having a clean place. Doesn't mean it's always clean. Right now, there's still plenty of other messes and piles to clean up, but whatever. Um, let's see. Adelaide says, I haven't been here for a while, but I'm still supporting you all the way from Australia. Just wanted to say you are amazing. Adelaide, thank you so much. You are amazing. I honestly, every time you tune in and leave a comment, I can't believe that you're watching from Australia, and that makes me so happy. And also, I want to come to Australia and hang out with you. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but I painted my nails this morning, and I just realized that I only put a top coat on one of my hands. This is how much I wanted to live stream with you guys because I got distracted. Um, scrolling through comments. Chris says, right, this feels good talking about it with someone who understands. LOL. You keep saying LOL, and it is funny. I like talking about it and laughing about it. But no, for real, it totally helps to talk about your mental health with other people, and that's exactly why I wanted to start doing these mental Mondays, because we could all just check in and start our weeks off on a good note. Maybe eventually I'll get my camera actually connected to my Wi-Fi, and we can have better chats as far as like microphones and using tripods and camera quality goes. But maybe we'll have more structure. I would love to have Tucker on for one of them, but it's weird because I do these at this time and he's at work, and maybe sometimes we would pre-record them. I don't know. I like doing them live with you guys, but maybe sometimes they'll be pre-recorded, kind of like podcasty, I guess, maybe. Anthony says, watching on the way home from work, stuck with no food though, so sad times. No! Does that mean that you're like in traffic on the way home from work? I hope you get some food when you get home. Hopefully you have food in your fridge. Glenn says, what kind of job did Tucker get? Congrats to him. Very, very exciting. He got a job at Smith. They make, if you're a skier or a snowboarder or a biker, like a mountain biker or a street biker, street biker? Is that what they're called? Road biker? I don't know. If you have a bike helmet or a ski helmet or goggles, Smith Optics, they make ski, snowboard, and bike. Well, okay, ski and snowboard goggles and snow. I was doing so well. I felt awake. I just finished a cup of coffee, and I felt like my brain was in a good place, and then I just went off track. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Smith makes helmets and goggles, and he is going to be, as of right now, he started at 9 a.m. Woohoo! Product line manager for their helmets. So ski helmets, snowboard helmets. If you've ever watched one of my videos in the last 2 years of me snowboarding, that bright blue helmet is a Smith helmet. Tucker's red helmet is a Smith helmet. So this is a company that he has loved for so long and dreamt of working at, and now he gets to do it. And I'm so excited, and I really wish I could just be at work with him right now. Just like a fly on the wall. I don't really want to be there and have to talk to people, but I just want to watch. So yeah, we're gonna maybe talk about his video or his new job at some point in a video. I don't know. But thank you for saying congrats. I'm so excited for him. Clearski says, I had a friend that would bite her nails. Now she does yoga so she can bite her toenails instead. That's a good one. I have noticed, I definitely have some like anxious kind of not twitches, but like go-to things for like, yeah, picking at. I do my own nails at home and I do gel nails. And so sometimes there's like little, I'm not perfect at it because I'm not a professional nail artist. I'm getting better, but so there'll be little pieces of nail polish that like aren't on the exact right place, and I'll just sit around and kind of pick them off, and I kind of enjoy that because it gives me something to do with my hands when I'm anxious. I should have gotten on the whole fidget spinner trend when it was a thing. Maybe I'd still be doing that. Dimas Dantas says, hello. Gabriella says, hello, I missed you. That's all caps. See, yelling in all caps. It's the best. I missed you too, Gabriella. Thank you for tuning in. Scott says, I like having a clean house, but the kids feel otherwise. At first, I read that as, I have a clean house, but the kids feel otherwise. Like, you're like, I'm clean, and the kids are like, no, it's not, Dad. You need to clean it up. Because they talk like that, because they're teenagers, not. But yeah, I feel you. I can barely, sometimes can't even keep my house clean by myself with Tucker. So kids, I don't even know how I would do that. Ah! Oh man. Oh man. Kids, someday it'll happen, hopefully. Knock on wood. The wood floor. I'm sitting on the floor, by the way. Did you know that? Rob says tell him to call in sick. Ha 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 ha. Maybe one Monday if he is actually sick, or if there's a holiday or something. Today, of course, is holiday, as we talked about a little bit ago. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But he did have to go to work, and I have to go to work in a little bit as well. Gabriella says, I play flute. It's cool. That sounds really cool. Adelaide says, yes, you should definitely come to Australia. We've had some really bad brush fires lately. I know. And actually, if you guys are in Portland, even if you're not in Portland, you might be interested to know. I am emceeing an event next Wednesday night, the 29th, with a guy named Mike Bennett. He's a local artist in Portland. He makes these wood cutouts and then he hand paints them. And he does them of like different cartoon characters or Pokemons or all kinds of random things. He does dog portraits, which are really cute. But he is doing doing a bunch of them of like koalas and other Australian wildlife, and he's selling them at Rogue, the Rogue Brewery on the east side of Portland. Next Wednesday night, the 29th, they're doing an auction, and it's a whole fundraiser for, I can't remember off the top of my head right now what nonprofit in Australia it's going to, but there's some nonprofit that all of the money from this event that I'm emceeing will go to, and hopefully we can raise a bunch of money to help Australia. It's one of those things that like more money will help, but it unfortunately won't fix everything, but I'm sending all my love to everybody in Australia, especially all the little animals. But if you guys want to come hang out, it's at Rogue on the east side brewery in Portland, and you can hang out, drink beer and things, and hang out with me. And it's from 7 to 10, I believe. We're also doing my whole KGW Tonight with Cassidy show live from there that night. Again, Wednesday the 29th. If you forget about it, just like tweet me. And you should follow Mike Bennett on Instagram. It's at Mike Bennett Art, I believe. And he makes so many cool things. And he's freaking everywhere. Like, I had not heard of him a year ago. And my coworker, Destiny, who you can find at KGW or youtube.com/KGW comics if you like all the comic and nerdy things. She talks about that all the time over there. And she did a story with Mike, and he went viral. The story was great. And then now he's everywhere. He's been traveling. He's been in San Francisco doing appearances and doing all kinds of shows and making all kinds of cool art. And I actually get to go make a piece of art with him in a few days. So I'm really excited. Let's see. Gabrielle says, I really need to leave, but I'm not going to, though. Don't tell anybody. I hope I didn't get in trouble. Rob says, I thought you were going to flip us off when you were showing your nails. No! I would never do that, especially not in a live stream because I couldn't edit it out. And that would be so horrible and sad. And then I'd get in trouble. And that would be horrible and sad. But one thing... I guess I didn't really answer how to get over your team being out of the playoffs. I guess just get over it and think there's always next year, because there really is always next year. And when your team's out of the playoffs, if you have stopped caring, like if you're one of those people that once your team's out, you don't care about the rest of the season, think of the extra time you get on your Sundays now. Like yesterday when I wasn't thinking, oh, I need to watch a Seahawks game, and I didn't really care about the other games yesterday. Um, I will obviously watch the Super Bowl. Uh, but since uh gosh, see my brain, it like goes up like this and then it just dies for a second. But I got the rest of the day back and I went to go to yoga and I got a facial and I just relaxed and did some cleaning as I mentioned, which all of these things I sound so adult. Uh Also, Gabrielle says, I thought you were 27. I'm sorry to ruin your image of me, but I am 30. I'm in my 30s, and it's actually great. I'm 30 and a half now. My half birthday was on Friday. Jesse, good morning. Good morning, Jesse. Oh, I like your little sunshine emoji there. Rob says, I haven't watched a football game in probably 4 or 5 years. Chris says, football will be over soon, but we have the NBA. Go Blazers. Woohoo. I was just looking back. So I long story short, I was putting together a submission to the Emmys, the Northwest Emmys, which I don't know if you guys know, but if you work for a local TV station, obviously you see the Emmys that are on TV where like the national TV shows are winning Emmys. There's also local Emmys, regional Emmys, and you can apply if you work for any sort of news outlet. I'm not exactly sure how far it goes, like who exactly can apply. But if you work for a news outlet, you can submit your content. You pay a bunch of money, unfortunately, like over $100 per entry. You pay a bunch of money and you put together your entries and you submit to a specific category. And I'm submitting to the program host slash moderator category. And maybe by saying it out loud, putting it into the universe, I will get nominated this year. Knock on wood. I swear this is getting back to your Blazers comment, Chris. I promise. I'm not forgetting about you or the Blazers. Go Blazers. But I submitted to the same category last year. Did not get nominated. It's okay. Other talented people were nominated and won, and that's fine. But I would be honored to be nominated. Anyway, I was putting that together, and so I was looking back my like whole reel. You can put together 15 minutes of your clips from the year to submit. And I was looking back at some of the Blazers stuff we did, and I got so excited from playoffs, NBA playoffs last year. And if the Blazers made the playoffs this year and we get to do that whole thing again, that would be really fun. And let's see. Oh, Adelaide says, hope you get nominated this year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Go call the people at the Emmys. Just kidding. Don't do that. It's weird how the process works. It's really cool actually. But if you're a member of the like Emmys, it's called NATAS, NATAS. I can't remember exactly what it stands for. Something, I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess because I'd be really wrong, and you guys can Google, and I can't Google because I'm live right now, and then you'd prove me wrong. But it's not like this whole panel of Emmys people judges everybody across the country because that'd be too many. Because there's like a Northwest Emmy, Northeast Emmy. I don't know how many they are. I just know about the Northwest ones. And I think somehow, if you're a member of that organization, you can sign up to be a judge each year. And so if I signed up to be a judge, I might be judging the host category from Atlanta. And so they do it from a different market so that you are not like I wouldn't be able to judge. It would be unfair if I got to judge my competition in Portland. Obviously, I'd be like, no, you suck, you suck. Just kidding. I'd be like, you're all wonderful, and then I wouldn't win because I would give everybody else a better vote. But then so, and I have not judged, so I'm just making up how I think this happens. I assume. I don't know, what I've heard at least. And so you judge a different market, so it's not your own competition. And hypothetically, you don't know those people, so you don't have like a preconceived notion of like, oh, I don't like this person. I saw them on TV already, which is weird with the internet because your market doesn't necessarily matter when you could watch my content on YouTube from freaking Australia, Adelaide, right? Like you would still know who I was if you were judging from Australia, even though they'd be like, oh, you're across the world, so you definitely don't know her content, if that makes sense. So it's really weird. You have no idea what they're judging on, if they like it, if they are going to watch your whole entry because you get to submit 15 minutes. Chris says, give a Ricky Gervais style speech if you win. Yeah, I don't even know what happens if you win because I've never been nominated, so I don't know, like, you go to the Emmys in Seattle because they're regional, so the ones that we would go to are in Seattle, and then you find out if you win. But you only get to go if you're nominated, obviously. But you can wear a fancy dress, which, like I was saying, I was organizing my fancy dresses that I never get to wear earlier, because I was wearing, what? I never wear them, but I'm organizing them, so they'll be in a closet somewhere, and I could pick one out for the Emmys. I actually bought 2 dresses for New Year's, and obviously only wore one of them, so I have an extra dress. Jamie says hi, hello. But yes, Chris, I will work on a great speech. If I'm nominated, I will do a live stream, and you guys can tell me what to say in my speech in the case that I win, which probably wouldn't happen. But you know what? Again, we're putting things out in the universe in 2020. We're saying what we want because I know Tucker is not watching this right now because he's at work, but Tucker is the best example. I was telling him this morning when he left for his new job at Smith, that he's the best example of being so excited and passionate and wanting something so bad and putting it out into the universe, not holding it inside because he's nervous about saying the dream out loud. He just says it, and then it did happen because he got to the right people and told them what he wanted and then deserved it and got it. Like, he still had to go through this whole anyway, he's been like having lunch meetings and coffee dates with his now boss, and now it's happening. Oh my gosh. Like, I got to meet his new boss when we were in McCall, Idaho over New Year's. I'm not going to tell you too much about his job because we'll let him do that sometime. Clearsky says, it's not Monday, it's Cassidy. I wish that I like that. First of all, I like that. But I wish it like rhymed more. Like, why isn't my name like something that rhymes with Munn? Like Olivia Munn. If I was Olivia Munn, oh, it's Olivia Monday. Olivia Munn, if you're watching this, there's an idea for you for a podcast or something. Jamie says, when are we getting Cassidy Con? That would be so great, honestly. Chris says, that's cool. I wish him well and the both of you together. Thank you. He, by the way, picked out this plant, which I did not like when we bought it at Home Depot. I was like, why do you want this? It's weird. And then now it's one of my favorites. It's our biggest plant, which makes me happy, besides our Norfolk Island pine, which, spoiler alert, still has the Christmas decorations on it. I think maybe soon I'll, like, I don't know, put something pink on it. It can be a Valentine's Day tree. Wouldn't that be cute? I guess it's been a half an hour. Should we stop? Because, what time is it? 10:17. I need to record a video that I'm hopefully going to have up sometime this week about my month of meditating, and I need to record, like, the intro and all that stuff. Shoot, do I have time to do that? It's 10:20. I need to, like, get dressed, get ready for work, leave by 11. Anyway, thank you for being inside my brain. Jamie says you rock. Gabriella says Chiefs at 49ers to the Super Bowl. Who are you rooting, though? Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting? Who are you rooting for? My dad and my brother will be at the Super Bowl, so if you're looking in the crowd, watching it at home, and you see people that kind of look like me, or you might have seen in my videos before, that is my dad and my brother. I'm jealous. Klersky says, thanks for having me. Okay, bye. Jamie says Chiefs. Gabrielle says Chiefs. I do think the Chiefs are gonna do it. Do you guys know if any of the Seahawks are in the Pro Bowl? You guys have Google right now. Chris says, well, this was great. Thanks for replying and discussing these topics with me. That's what I'm here for. For me, it was weird, or it was hard for me to start talking out loud about my anxiety and depression. But once I've started talking about it, it is crazy how many people relate to it and how many people feel the same way, and go through the same things. And you just need to find people that understand it, whether it's someone through a screen, someone in person, a combination of both. I love hearing your stories and how you guys are feeling. And I hope that today this got your day off to a great start. It was great getting my day off to a great start. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll be back here for another Mental Monday and hopefully a meditation video in the next couple of days. And I don't know if I have time to record that right now. I'm going to stop rambling. Maybe I'll go get some breakfast. Oh, Russell Wilson is in the Pro Bowl. Yes, God, Russell Wilson last week. Does his back hurt? My back hurts always. But does his back hurt from carrying the freaking team? I mean, the rest of the guys were great too, but he was running the ball, and I kept thinking he was going to get injured, and I was getting nervous about it because they'd, like, kind of tackle him, but they were being nice because he's the quarterback, and they're not supposed to. He, like, doesn't want to be tackled, obviously. But he kept just running the ball because he didn't have anyone to pass to, and it was stressing me out. He was doing great. I just was very nervous, and I really don't want him to hurt himself. But they lost the game, so it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, for me, being able to talk to people about my mental health has helped so much, and I hope you guys can take some time to do something for yourself. That's kind of what I wanted to get across in this Mental Monday, but we didn't totally get to it because you guys actually were talking and asking questions, and I love that. And that was the goal for this whole thing. So thank you guys. But I wanted to just say that it's important to take some time for yourself. Like yesterday, I went and got a facial, and I accidentally paid for an extra half an hour of parking. And when I got out of my facial appointment, I was like, oh gosh, why did I do that? I paid like an extra $2 for parking. First of all, it's $2. It's fine. Second of all, then I realized, okay, well, I might as well use that half an hour of extra parking. So I just kept walking around. It was a sunny day in Portland, which is kind of rare at this time of year. And I just walked around and didn't look at social media. And I went into a plant store, didn't buy any plants. Are you proud of me? I'm very proud of myself. I came home and I told Tucker, I was like, you would be proud of me. I went into a plant store, didn't even buy anything. And he was like, well, but you could have. I was like, I thought I wasn't supposed to buy plants until we got our whole apartment or house like settled and put away. Buying a lot of plants. Anyway, but it was nice to just have that half an hour to not do anything, but also be doing something. And that is productive. To not do anything is productive. It is doing something for your brain and your body. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you in a couple days here on this channel with my meditation video. And then I'll see you guys next Monday with another Mental Monday. Love you guys. Bye.